If you're looking for a fun Mother's Day project for your littles, check out this next project. Hey guys, I'm Alicia, and today we're making Mommy and Me stretch bracelets. They're so easy to make and fun. Your little mini-me is gonna love making these. All you do is string it on and tie a knot. So let's go over the tools and supplies you're gonna need for this project. But if you haven't gone and liked and subscribed, make sure you do so you can see future videos. Okay, so you're gonna need a cutter, 28 gauge wire, opalon, fun beads, and a couple spacers, and that's it. Okay, so let's get started. You're gonna use opalon. And for me, I do 7 inches for my bracelet, but it's gonna depend on how you want your bracelet to fit and what size wrist you have. So what I do is I just get some of the opalon out, and obviously for opalon, you're gonna wanna double it. So I go ahead and just do about 10 inches, no matter if I'm making a little kid bracelet or an adult bracelet, because I start putting the beads on and then I'll measure it around my wrist or my daughter's wrist to make sure I like it the size that I'm making it. So you're gonna take one piece of opalon and then you're gonna fold it over, and I always tie a little knot at the end of mine. You don't have to, but I do. And so it's doubled over, and you're gonna take that 28 gauge wire and you're gonna make a little needle. So you're just gonna cut that and you're gonna bend it in the middle and push that down. And then just come to the end and make sure they're both the same length, and then just open that up. This is a game changer when you're using opalon. Slide that through, and now you're ready to start putting your beads on your needle to string it onto your opalon. So now that I've got my beads out here, I'm just gonna cut, well, it's already cut. So sometimes I don't take my beads off of the strand yet because I'm gonna show you something. If you take your fingers and just grab a section of the beads, then you can just take your needle and run through all of those beads. So it makes it really fast. And you just pull that down onto your opalon. And what I love about opalon too is that you've got 2 strands. So this is really good for kids. If they break one of the, they catch it on something and one of them breaks, you still have that extra one so you don't lose all your beads, so you can fix it. So I'm just gonna take my fingers and hold it, all these little beads, so that it just makes it faster when you run that needle up through all those holes instead of stringing them on one by one, which is totally fine too. But this just saves some time. Slide it down. And I always put on more because you can take some off at the end. So I'm going to do just a tiny bit more, and I'll probably take some off at the end in a minute. So now you have that on there, and now you're going to take a little spacer bead. Just put one on there, and then I'm going to add a little pearl in the middle. I think it just adds just a cute little touch. Slide that pearl on. And sometimes if your hand's a little slippery and you can't get the pearl over, you can take a chain nose plier just to hold that wire down there and pull. Pull it down to your spacer. Add another little spacer, and then keep adding on your beads. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here for a second and kind of take it around to see what I think, how big this is going to be. And so I've put too much beads on there, but that's okay because I'm going to take some off. And I'm just going to fold that together like this to measure how many beads are on each side so I can take what I want off. So I'm going to take some off of this side. But before I do that, I'm just going to go and see what it's going to look like when I tie it. So I'm going to take off about this much, and I'm just going to cut that knot that I made at the end. Scoot these back up. And then I'm going to just eyeball it, see if I think that's the size I want, and it is. And so what you're going to do is just take those pieces and tie them together. But first I want to make sure with my other, okay, so it is. And you're just going to do like a double knot. And the good thing about Opalon is you don't have to put any glue on it. Once it's tied and it's going to stay. So that's what I love about Opalon, and it's super easy for little kids to use because you just tie a knot. You don't have to worry about it coming undone. And you have your cute little bracelets. So here are the bracelets. Aren't they super cute? You've got your set and you've got your mini-me set, and they're perfect for Mother's Day. So let's go back over the tools and supplies you're going to need. Opalon, 28 gauge wire, cutter, all your beads, and a couple of spacer beads, and that's it. If you'd like to pick up any of the supplies I used today, check out the links below. What other Mommy and Me projects would you like to see? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And now that you know how to make Mommy and Me bracelets, you can say, I made this.